Here's Aflalo. Finished off the break. Aflalo's got 10.
He played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Andre Iguodala got off to a hot start last season. He shot 45% from long range through the first 2 months of the season. But after a hamstring injury, his percentages and his aggressiveness all seem to tail off.
Vucevic checked in for Orlando. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Washington. Smith comes in for Ejuan Moore. Here's Aflalo, following the basket by John Wall. This one for three. Aflalo, no good.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
And Wall kicks to George. Outside for Bloch. There's the pass to Wall. Right side, Wall. Out to Smith. Wall passes to Smith.
Remaining in the quarter.
With 1 on the clock. Shot is off. So Orlando will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Vucevic is screen on George. Iguodala outside. Inside to Vucevic. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Wall. George dishes the Wall. A shot's good on the assist by George. And now just a 2-point Magic lead.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Passes it to Iguodala. Watch with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity.
Smart foul there. Make him earn those 2 free throws instead of giving up an easy dunk.
Yeah, and he's not a strong free throw shooter. I mean, with his percentage, he's likely to miss one, so that's a good heads-up play.
Well, J.R. Smith, a guy who can take your breath away with his talent in one moment and then exasperate you the next. Unbelievable talent, but he can be erratic offensively, especially with his shot selection.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Now, here is George. He's got 13. Good. 15 points for Wall. And J.R. Smith closing in on 30 years of age. He's been fined almost $1 million over the course of his NBA career.
And, you know, playing in China, he was fined over $1 million in a single season. How do you do that? One night he ordered $3,000 worth of room service on the team dime just to see if they keep coming. Oh, I mean, what is this guy thinking about here?
Eating some of that food. Plumlee sets the pick for George. With 1 on the clock. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And the first half ends in a close one. Magic out in front. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
Clay created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And tell you what, he was smart with his shot making, too. Really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game. And it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Take a look at what John Wall's done. 15 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lane. He's trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
So on the floor for Washington, Ejuan Moore is out there with Wall. Then it's Miles Plumlee. Then it's Paul George. And it's Humphreys in the power forward. George with no one around. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. And that's 15 points here for George. Orlando leading. Jennings against Wall. Nowitzki gets to Jennings. Here's Vucevic. Second shot opportunity. Misses at the rim.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game eventually.
Now, here is George. He's got 15. Clock is at 3. For the lead, the kick out to Wall. Feeds to Moore. Another shot. Another one falls for Washington.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop by number 24.
Wall against Jennings. Back to Nowitzki. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Nowitzki's got 14 points for the game.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. That's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically lay-ins.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
And Wall kicks to Plumlee. It's tipped. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Jennings passes to a Aflalo. He feeds it to Iguodala. Outside, George.
Oh, look out, man!
And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand. Clark, third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
Yeah, it's really been a bit of a tug of war. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, both teams playing well. Neither club able to pull away.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Well, the Magic weren't the worst team in the East last season, but in most years they could have been. Not a lot to be happy about with how they play.
Orlando trailing here. Well, Orlando, Clark, with the third worst in-conference record in the East, and that matched up to where they finished in the standings.
Well, it seems they just fell victim to slow starts a lot of times, and they didn't have the experience or firepower combinations to overcome that.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Still Magic
Wall against Jennings. Here's Moore. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game.
Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim.
Here's Nowitzki. They get it back. It's back to Jennings. The kick out to Aflalo. It's hauled in by George. George has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Wall dishes to George. Back to Wall. No good with the triple. Kick out to Moore. George passes to Wall. The second chance effort. No good from Moore.
And little to no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there.
Aflalo, that's good.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations.
And Moore kicks to George. Clock at 6. Wall dishes to Plumlee. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And that's a nice finish for the big fella there. I mean, he used his length very well under the basket.
There may be more athletic players around the league, but, Steve, not many bigger ones.
And I'll tell you what, Kevin, I'd like to see him even take advantage of that size more often on the offensive end and be more aggressive.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Brandon Jennings, you remember, decided to play a year in Italy right out of high school rather than to go to college. He was the first guy to do that once the NBA implemented that 1 year out of high school requirement for the draft.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Fry comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And it's Jody Meeks in for Aaron Aflalo. Then for the Wizards, Andre Bluch. He's checked in for Miles Plumlee. Martin comes in for George. And Smith subbed in for Ejuan Moore. And for Brandon Jennings, he didn't play a whole lot while in Rome, but he stayed busy practicing and developing.
Yeah, and it didn't seem to diminish his stock that much, Kevin. You know, you go back to when he was drafted, he was the 10th pick by the Bucks back in 08.
Wall passes to Martin. Smith for 3. Wall again to Iguodala. Tries again. Wall's shot is off.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Outside Jennings. Nowitzki gets a wide open look. Offensive rebound. And Fry kicks to Iguodala. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And Orlando making a change here. Oladipo's checked in. And a change for the Wizards. Gordon's checked in for Chris Humphries. Now, here's Oladipo. In the corner, Iguodala with it. He nails it, and we're tied up. Iguodala's got 12 in the game.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
Agreed. I mean, you look at the points, I mean, they're getting a lot of baskets off of assists, so the offense really clicking here.
Here's Smith looking for his first basket still in this one. No good.
Well, he defended the shot, got back into play, and grabbed the board. Nice play.
In the corner, Iguodala with it. Kicks it out to Nowitzki for the lead. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got 6 assists now in the game. And Wall kicks to Smith. Back to Wall. Nice ball movement by Washington. Martin attacking. And it's Smith missing. Magic have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Here's Meeks. Pass to Nowitzki. He kicks it to Meeks. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Now it's a 5-point Magic lead.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Washington calls timeout.
Jody Meeks, a 6'4" shooting specialist, a starter last season with the Lakers. You know, he had his best year of his career. Very effective in what became a larger role for him.